The DNC has voted to not platform Medicare for all. Hey guys, this is Double D from the Entitled Millennials podcast, and this is my Thinking Out Loud series. So just this week, the Democratic National Committee voted down having Medicare for all on the Democratic National platform. It came out as a 125 to 36 vote. On top of this, the DNC Platform Committee voted to downturn expanding Medicare for all to children and all those above the age of 55. Now look, none of us are surprised about this. We've known for quite some time, since Bernie dropped out at least, that there was no way in a cold hell that the Democratic Party was going to endorse Medicare for all at the national level for the platform. But you know, I still wanted to make a video talking to you guys about this decision, just to maybe get the gears turning in our heads a little bit, maybe to think out loud about this. Guys, here we are sitting in the middle of one of the biggest global catastrophes since at least the Second World War. We have a worldwide pandemic that has touched every part of the globe, which has destroyed the economies of all the major first world nations. It has killed, what, hundreds of thousands of people by now? It has infected millions. It has broken apart homes. In the United States, it has bankrupted families. Right now, we have something like 31 million Americans out of work. I've read some numbers that we have something like 5 to 7 million Americans that, due to the pandemic, have lost their health insurance. And now, as the Democratic National Convention is holding their little Zoom calls to establish the platform for the Democratic Party, supposedly the party of working people. Despite all these things going on, millions of people out of work, thousands dead, the economy in shambles, people with no realistic way to get health care, the party of the people has decided not to endorse Medicare for all on its national level platform. But what's fun is we're still going to have Joe Biden supporters, establishment Democrats, people that have drank the MSNBC Kool-Aid, telling us that we need to vote blue no matter who. And we have this vote that healthcare is not a human right, despite the fact that we have this pandemic going on. With this pandemic, it's like God himself sent down the perfect example to show us as to why we need to have Medicare for all. We need to have single payer in this country. And yet still, the people that run this party, the people that run this country, they get this perfect example sent down seemingly by God himself as to not only why it should be a human right for a moral reason, but also a reason why single payer, why Medicare for all is just plain old fucking common sense. Even if you're a heartless, godless sociopath that's in politics, you should be able to see, because of this pandemic, just how important having health insurance coverage is to a modern nation. Because during times of catastrophe like this, where we have a pandemic tearing apart the planet, people need to go to the fucking doctor. We need to figure this shit out. If you care so much about your money, if people are sick and dying, if they can't go to the hospital, if they can't get checked, if they can't show up to work, then you fucking crazy rich sociopaths, you're not going to make your fucking money. But here we are. We still get this vote. Moral reasons aside. You don't give a fuck about people. We know it. You go to your goat head fuck parties and you torture little kids and you're sickos. Okay, we get it. You don't give a fuck about people. We know. We know. But if you can't give it to us for the fact that You know, it's the right thing to do. Can you at least give us the fucking Medicare for all because it's good for your own fucking business? It's good for your own status quo? Well, no, of course not. Because in the little different groups of rich people in all the different industries, we got the fucking health insurance lobby and the fucking big pharmaceutical companies that got a stranglehold even on all the other fucking groups of rich people where they're never going to let it happen. Because that's billions of dollars that they're not going to let fly out of their pockets. So here we are, guys. This is 2020 America. This is where we're at. We got secret police nabbing people off the street, police brutality en masse. Even though there's a giant pandemic going on that's killing thousands of people and fucking everything up, we can't even get healthcare in this country. We've got the clearest reason why we need it, and we're still not going to get it. So, you know, on that note, I'm sure all of us are going to be voting blue no matter who this November, aren't we? Down ballot. With big smiles. Because we're going to get real hope. We're going to get real change, just like Obama. I don't know what else to say. I'm sick of it, man. I mean, we like I said, we already knew this was coming. It's not a surprise. You know, a lot of the shit that I talk about on this channel when I do videos, it's never a fucking surprise. But I'm sure you can agree with me on this, that when you get that fucking news article header, when you get that picture of a smiling politician, or you get that fucking video, you know, talking about the decision not to have Medicare for all, talking about the secret police, this, that, and the other thing, it hits a nerve in here or up here where it becomes fucking real. You know it's coming. You know it's going to be how it's going to be. It's going to be status quo. But then you get the fucking news article, you read the header, and you just are like, here we are. Great. It's another fucking nail in the coffin of this country. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not losing hope. Obviously, we have had setback after setback. We've had some victories as well, though. We've had some progressive win seats. We have more and more progressives stepping up to the plate every day. We have organizations like the DSA endorsing good candidates. We have Black Lives Matter going on, which is bringing about some real change. I haven't lost hope. And I don't want to tell people not to vote. We need to still vote. We still need to turn out for progressive candidates. We still need to turn out for third-party candidates. Whatever it is you think is the best way, or what you and your fellow comrades think is the best way to enact electoral change. But more and more, as I see decisions like this, as I see the things that are going on in Portland, I'm coming to the realization on a deep level that electoral politics is never going to be enough. Guys, if we, you know, I heard on Rational National an interesting take on voting for Biden. Now, as of right now, you know where I stand. I don't want to vote for that. I don't think I can vote for that pedophile, fucking dementia-ridden freak show. I just, in my heart, I can't. And maybe I'll lose some subscribers for that, although considering most of you are from Kyle Kalinske, Rational National, probably not. But I can't vote for the guy. But like I was saying, on the Rational National, I heard a interesting perspective about why you should vote for Joe Biden. Again, I don't think I'm fucking going to. But the idea was, who do you want to fight in the streets with your protests? Who do you want to fight? Do you want to fight Donald Trump, who is not only using militarized police, not only using, you know, like fucking secret agent Praetorian Guard, he's hiring Black River mercenaries, you know, soldiers of fortune, to nab motherfuckers off the street in order to quash civil disobedience in this country? Or do you want to fight Joe Biden, who is so fucking lost in the head, and that's granted if he doesn't get replaced immediately with his VP, that the people that are saying this is that considering his mental state and considering that we have this progressive insurgency in the Democratic Party, that realistically we very well may be able to push Joe Biden to the left. Now, I have some serious fucking doubts about that. And again, I'm not voting for him. I can't. If he wins, that's great, I guess. Maybe we'll be able to, like they said, push him to the left. But it's an interesting argument. But voting for Joe Biden or not, I have my serious doubts. I don't think voting blue, no matter who's going to do shit. Voting for the lesser of two evils is why we are living in this fucked up dystopian, 1984 meets A Brave New World society right now. That's what voting for the lesser of two evils has done for us the last 10 years, or 20, 30 years actually. So I have my serious doubts. But one thing that I don't have any doubts about, and this is inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, is that if we can come out strong, like we have for BLM, on issues like Medicare for All, like Green New Deal, strikes, general strikes, shutting shit down, organizing, collaborating, getting in the motherfucking streets. These are our streets, bitch. If we can do that, we can have that fucking mindset, we might not get the whole shebang, but I feel confident that we can get some serious change enacted in this country. We might not even get Medicare for All. We have to temper our expectations a little bit. We need to go for the fucking jugular, yeah. But we need to temper our expectations a little bit. But I really do feel that we can get more expansive health care for people. We could maybe get that provision that at least gives Medicare for all for everybody over 55 and for children. That's not enough, but sure as fuck is a lot better than the fucking for-profit system we have right now, isn't it? So what I'm trying to say, guys, is even though this is extremely discouraging, like I said, just reading that headline, it just makes, you're looking at it and you just do one of these, right? Even though this is incredibly discouraging, don't give up. Because I do feel that the tides of history are on our side. And we're shifting into this new paradigm where minds, individual minds, community minds, national minds, global minds are shifting away from the idea that this capitalist system is sustainable and that it is inherently good. And it's like that old saying, once you've taught somebody to read, you can't teach them to unread, or however the fuck it goes. Once somebody knows how to read, once somebody's unplugged, there ain't no fucking plugging them back in again. And so we have this process where more and more people are going to be unplugging. More and more people are going to be knowledgeable in politics and understand the systems that they're living in. More and more people are going to be radicalized. More and more people are going to be out in the streets. And that, despite everything else, despite how strong of a stranglehold they have on this country, gives me hope that we're going to get shit done and we're going to take our country back someday. But again, as always, I am rambling. I am thinking out loud. But I want to end this video with a sort of apology. I want to apologize to all the families that have lost their health insurance due to the pandemic. I want to apologize to all the people that have just lost their jobs in general, to the people that are facing eviction very soon. I want to apologize to anybody struggling with cancer or some other chronic, potentially terminal illness that now, reading this headline, knows as a matter of fact that they are fucked. I want to apologize to all the old ladies or struggling kids in their 20s that can't afford their medication. And every day that they can't afford their medication are essentially playing Russian roulette with their lives. I want to apologize to anyone and everyone that's struggling in this country for what's going on with the DNC, for what's going on with the people that are supposed to represent us. Because I've been in this fight for 5 or 6 years now. I've been doing Black Lives Matter protests recently. I'll have some footage for you guys to share, some great experiences. I've been to Standing Rock. I fought for Bernie in both campaigns. I knocked doors, made phone calls, showed up at rallies. I've protested anything and everything that my heart told me that I should. I've organized, made connections, had discussions, taught people. I'm doing this YouTube channel. But I want to apologize to you guys because apparently we have not fought hard enough for you guys. And that breaks my heart because now we have this clarity that, you know, we the working people don't matter in this country. And I'm just sorry that we didn't fight harder to get you guys and everyone the economic and social rights that we deserve as human beings. So I'm sorry. But know that I'm going to keep fighting, and those people that are around me are going to keep fighting for you. And even if somehow it doesn't happen in your lifetime, it will happen in your children's lifetime. So let that be a token of hope for you guys. All right? Anyway, guys, again, thinking out loud, rambling. Sorry the end of this took a little bit of a melancholy tone, but it's serious shit. It breaks my heart. So anyway, again, sorry for not putting out the podcast. Johnny and I's schedules just have not linked the way that they should be right now. But we'll get there. And in the meantime, I'll keep trying to do some more solo videos for you guys like this. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share it out to your friends, all right? And I'll see you next week.